All right, good morning, everybody. My apologies in not telling you in advance that today would be an asynchronous day, completely spaced that I would be out half day today for my knee. Today you need to make sure that you have completed your revising and editing benchmark. It will not be available to you to complete beyond today. So by 5 o'clock today, you need to complete it. Those instructions are also provided here. They were given to you last Friday. So if you did complete the benchmark last Friday, you're fine. You can move on into working through your visual essay. But if not, you need to make sure you focus on that, and then we can pick up talking about your essay tomorrow. For those of you able to move on to designing your visual essay, here are some notes to consider. You'll need to make sure that you're logged into Google in order to be able to access these notes. But when you want to think about how you're designing your visual essay, you want to think about ethos, pathos, and logos. So remember, these are some things that you want to consider in terms of ethos. Did you cite your sources? Is something that we talked about last Thursday that was part of your attendance question. Additionally, spell check. If you misspell text, if you don't use proper sentences or punctuation, it's very hard for me to find you a credible source or believable. And remember, your whole goal is to convince people that your opinion, your informed opinion, is the proper perspective to think about it. It's logical, it's something that we should consider. When you think about pathos, think about the kinds of emotions you expect people to feel. Do you want them to feel like they can trust you? Do you want them to feel inspired? Do you want them to feel motivated, right? And what colors do you associate with those emotions? What's eye-catching? If they're contrasting colors, then people aren't necessarily going to want to look at it. And then what kinds of images? And that's going to be part of your attendance question today. Do you want to use, pop culture GIFs? Are those, things that you like? For me, those are things that I like. I like to look at things that are a little bit humorous, but also relatable. And when we talked about your reading assessment, emojis and emoticons express a lot more than the language. And this is why we're really looking at a lot of the different images and symbols that you can associate with your facts and statistics and your overall argument. And then the last one, of course, is logos. Are, statistics and, things like that important to your argument? For a lot of us, they will be. And then how are you visually going to draw attention to them? Are you going to draw big numbers? Are you going to really highlight your quotes? And again, where are your readers looking? Okay, where are your viewers looking? Are they going to focus on the numbers? Are they going to focus on images or boxes or circles? And how is that information arranged so that it's the most persuasive information that people see first? So again, it's all about balance, okay? Each word is valuable. Everything you put in there should be carefully chosen. If you use too much text, nobody wants to read a lot. That's why it's a visual essay. It's not a written essay. So is there information that you can use with pictures instead of words? Now, again, I've also required certain quotes and your thesis statements, but you can also design those in a way where those are incorporated and they're there for people to read, but maybe they aren't the most important thing that you want to display. And then does every graphic element help you to persuade the reader? So too many images can also make it difficult for people to focus. So you need to go back and think about what's necessary, how are you going to capture the requirements, and how are you going to design it in a way that's effective. So remember that this visual essay project is due on Wednesday, and it is your final major grade of the entire semester. So some of you really need to make sure you do a good job, especially if you're concerned about your test score from the beginning of this grading period, or if you have yet to submit your argument plan, which again was supposed to be something that was supposed to help your average, and you have several different resources on that as well. So for today's attendance question, what is one image you are planning to use in your visual essay project? And if you can, tell me why. Think about what are you trying to, accomplish with those particular images, okay? All right, guys, I will meet you guys back on Zoom tomorrow to go over some last minute grading material and just to overall just review any of the directions so that way you can get your visual essay projects in by Wednesday. And remember, if you're having trouble, you need to speak with me, and I'm working on making sure your grades are 100% updated no later than this Friday, so you know more or less about where you stand grade-wise for the next grading period. And some of you need to start calculating what you need to be able to pass this semester so that you don't have to repeat it again next year. Okay, remember, I'm always here for you and happy to help you. Have a great Monday, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow on Zoom. Take care.